Hello and welcome to Experiencing Love. I'm your host, Philip Jocks, and I'm so glad that you're here. Today, I've been feeling like I'm on absolute fire. I got so much done, and while those things might not have been massive needle movers, it was enough to give me a little bit of momentum. It was enough to give me that juice that I feel like I've been looking for over the past few weeks. The last few days have been difficult. The weather has been cloudy for about 3 days now, and not just cloudy, but raining. It's strange because I love the rain, and I love to listen to it, but I've been really loving my sunshine. And without it, I've just been a little sad. I've been feeling down about not getting as much done, and then feeling unmotivated because of that, and then I get even less done. I had a discussion with my mom yesterday, and from that discussion sprouted the idea of just reorganizing the kitchen downstairs. So when I woke up this morning, after my brief morning routine, I got right to doing that. When we discussed it, it wasn't even a discussion of this is what I'm going to do. It was more of a imagine if I did this. And then when I saw just how possible it was, just how easy it was, I went ahead and did it. And I did it for the reason of building that momentum that I was mentioning before. That feeling of getting something done, knowing that I'm capable, knowing that I can do what I want to do, knowing that I can get done what I want to get done. And it was also nice to just move around. I was going back and forth, using my mind, using my body. Made me realize just how much I haven't been doing that recently, how much I value and really need to get back into exercising and possibly taking a different approach to it. I've tried many different forms of exercising, and I often get almost burnt out or tired of certain forms of exercise that just don't do it for me. One of those ways is the gym. I don't know how many times I've tried now, but I just can't seem to keep myself long-term motivated for going to the gym. I start with momentum because I'm excited about trying something new, trying out a new routine, a new plan, having new goals. But the hurdle is never starting a new gym routine. The hurdle is never starting a new exercise routine or new exercise goal. The hurdle is always 3 or 4 weeks down the line, at least, after the novelty wears off. And I now have to really embrace my why, embrace my purpose, my reasoning for even going to the gym. If I don't have a solid why, and this is all just from looking at my past behavior, if I don't have that why, I slowly start slipping away. I slowly start falling off. It's never abrupt, but it might be me going 1 day less per week. Usually when I start a new routine, I go pretty hard. I jump right into the deep end. And maybe that has something to do with it. But I've also tried the routines of only starting once or twice a week, and that also didn't work for me because it wasn't enough of a routine. Anyways, I just know from past behavior that if I don't know why I do something, eventually I won't do it. I'll just stop. And in that same way of thinking, in that same realm of possibilities, if I do know why I'm doing something, there's very little that could stop me from actually doing it. When I made a promise to myself to record this podcast, record these episodes every single day for this year, I became really clear on why I need to do it, why that needs to happen. And because of that, it doesn't matter how tired I am. It doesn't matter how busy my day has been. I will find time to get a recording out. It may only be 5 minutes. It may only take me 30 minutes to record, edit, and post, but it will go out there. And I've tried many things with the podcast. I've tried social media posts, I've tried blog posts, and those things have since come and gone. But posting the episode itself has stayed. Because my why when it comes to this show is I know deep in my core that this is my gateway to what I want next in my life. I don't know exactly how this will lead me there, but I know that in showing up for myself and doing something like this every single day for a year will have profound benefits, will impact my life in ways that I can't even imagine just yet. But I know that that's what I'm meant to do. Sometimes we get these moments in our life when, despite not having any evidence and not knowing why we're getting the ideas we're getting or why we're making the decisions we're making, we just know that something is right. We just know that we have to go down a certain path. We have to do some certain thing. It's that unexplainable feeling that has driven me since the beginning of this year. It's that feeling that I don't know what's coming next, but I know this is where I'm meant to be. Admittedly, I've never had that type of feeling going to the gym. I did when I've done other forms of exercising. I used to do a lot of rock climbing, and I used to do yoga as well. I enjoy both of those, and I actually really want to go back to them. Just money's a little bit tight right now, honestly. And I accept that. I know I have other things that I want to save up my money for. And if I'm not saving up for something specific, my money is going towards the many debts I have, namely student loans that, although I didn't finish school, I still have to pay off. The point being, momentum and motivation are super powerful and super helpful for me. I do know many people that can go without motivation, per se. They may not even have momentum at that specific moment. They may just have extremely strong willpower or discipline. They're the type of people that when they say go, they just go. I've now learned about myself that as much as I want to be like that, there are times when something gets in the way. It's not always the same thing and it's not always forever, but I can't act like that doesn't exist. Because if I act like that doesn't exist and then it happens, it's this very familiar feeling that I actually don't enjoy having it be so familiar. And it's something I guess I would call identity rumbling, which is we do everything in our power to confirm our identity or the identity we have of ourselves. So if you really want to change something, you just have to change your identity. You have to change your relationship to what you're trying to do. An example way of doing it is to use I am statements. I am strong, I am motivated, I am disciplined. I'm assuming even from just hearing me say that, you don't feel the emotion. You don't feel the conviction. And that's because identity is only a small part of the puzzle. It's only one piece, right? In order to really create change, I've always followed Tony Robbins' triad. And it goes as followed. In order to change your state, and to make it brief, it starts out with your physiology, how you use your body. Second is language. What are the words you're using? And the third one is focus. What are you focusing on and what's the meaning of it? You have control over these three things. And when you choose what three things fill each of those spots, you can create the triad of someone who is confident, who is disciplined, who is powerful, who is scared, who is embarrassed, who is angry. Every single emotion we have has a triad. And I don't remember where these other two parts go in terms of what they lead to. Tony Robbins has many names for many things. And honestly, without referring to my notes, I sometimes get lost in the names, but I root myself in the message. And the message is, in order to really change your state, in order to really change your life, when you change your triad, you also need to create a compelling future. You need to see a future that is better than the one that you're currently living in, a life you're currently living in. And then lastly, you have to connect it to your identity. You have to become this triad and your compelling future. When you do that, whatever you want is yours. You are unstoppable. And I say all this with what I believe to be a cognitive understanding. I know it logically. I know it as a fact in my mind because I've used this time and time again in my past. But I haven't achieved that level of mastery that lets me do it subconsciously, that does it for me without me even realizing. Because when you do that, when you get that, when you achieve that, you no longer have to talk about the steps. You just do it. You notice your physiology, you notice your language, you notice your focus, and you just switch it. The two things I notice most often are my language and my focus. I'm very careful about the things that I think about and the ways I think about them. The thing I'm less likely to change, at least suddenly, is my physiology. Usually I find myself laying down, laying in bed, and that does lower my energy. Admittedly, I do still have some things holding me back when it comes to my identity. I believe this work, the work on ourselves, personal growth, it's really a never-ending journey because you can do this work, but it's not one and done because eventually you'll experience something new. Eventually, you'll look at your past in a different way and you'll, without a doubt, have room to grow. That work you've done months ago, years ago, was great for the things you had to work on then, but this is now, and you have your next step. You have the next thing to learn. Because this is the truth about growth. When you grow, you're not the only thing that gets bigger. Your life gets bigger, but so do your problems. Your problems matter more. They mean more. They impact more in the same way that you impact more. So when you grow and your problems grow and your life grows, you almost have to outpace the growth of your problems. Your problems will try to catch up, and honestly, sometimes they will become bigger than you. And anytime that happens, which happens many times in a person's life, it's a call from God or the universe, whatever you want to call it, that's saying, hey, I need you to hurry up a little bit. I need you to grow a little faster. I need you to learn a little bit harder. And it's never in this way of you're falling behind. It's never in this way of you're not keeping up. It's in this way of, hey, you've done amazing up until now. It's just time to ramp it up a little bit. It's time to really level up. I think about it like a video game. When you're starting out and you're just level 1, level 2, the enemies you're facing, they only give you so much XP. They only level you up so much. But eventually you'll face a boss, you'll beat that boss, and you'll level up a lot. And you'll be introduced to new enemies. And those enemies give you more XP. Those enemies are also stronger, they're faster, they're scarier sometimes. And the more you defeat those, the more you level up. And you can go back and try to stay at a lower level. You can try to beat those old enemies that are only level 1 and level 2, even though you're level 15 now. But you'll find that the XP you get, your ability to level up from those problems is very slow. It doesn't keep up with you because you've grown too much. So what is the game calling you to do? The game is calling you to keep moving forward, unlock new areas, meet new characters, fight new enemies, and win bigger and harder battles. Life is the same exact way. We have our bosses, we have our battles, we have our skill trees, our attributes. We have the ability to grow, to get stronger, to see more, to do more, to play more. And eventually, we will reach the end of the game. We will reach the end credits scene. We will reach the title page again. And it's not for us to worry about the end of the game. It's for us to enjoy the game while we can. It's for us to enjoy our first playthrough of this game. I often think about what it would be like to experience some of my favorite things for the first time again. Maybe it's a favorite movie, maybe it's a favorite game. Sometimes I think about memories of playing video games with friends from 10 years ago and how some of the games we were playing back then were coming out for the first time. We were playing them for the first time. And if I played them now, they'd be cool, but they wouldn't be the same. Our lives are our first playthrough. Our entire lives can be treated like a video game. Some video games, they're not 100% pleasant 100% of the time. Sometimes it just depends on how you play, depends on what you do. You can have fun all of the time, just like in life, but that doesn't always mean you're leveling up in the ways you're supposed to. I'm really dragging this analogy along, and if it's been too far, well, I apologize. So I'll finish it off with this. We are in our first playthrough of life, and I just want you to enjoy it. Think about every first you've ever had in your life, at least of your favorite things, and just realize that you can enjoy life as a whole like you've enjoyed each of those little pieces. Every day you wake up, you have the chance to experience something new. You could go to a restaurant you haven't been to before. You could go to your regular coffee shop, but order something different. Enjoy trying something new, seeing something, smelling something, tasting something that you haven't done yet. Maybe you say hi to that person that you've seen all over town, but you've never talked to once. Maybe you book a surprise trip, a spontaneous trip. It doesn't have to be on a plane to another country. It could just be a road trip to the town over, the state over, the country over. I've always loved the trend online of people remembering they have free will. It's just so funny to me because they always show the craziest things. But it's that bigger picture that, wait, no, I really can just do what I want right now. I really can just pick up my mashed potatoes and squeeze it between my fingers. Why you would do that, I don't know, but you can if you want to. I won't stop you. I might look at you weirdly, but then I would honestly be curious and might try it myself. The point is, you have free will, and it doesn't always have to be debilitating to try something new. Take a different route home from work today. Go on a walk on a different route. Touch a tree you've never touched before. Just remember that every single one of these things can be your first. Your first time on some street, your first time under a specific tree, your first time petting a random dog. Remember that it's your first time, it's a lot of people's first time, and it's up to us if we enjoy it. And that's exactly where I'm going to end this one. I enjoyed today's episode, and I enjoyed waking up today and experiencing the day and what it had to offer. I already know that this episode sounds and feels different to the past few days, and I'm really glad for it. I needed those days just like I need today. I appreciate both experiences. I hope you can do the same. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for simply existing. You being here gives you the chance and gives someone else the chance to experience a first. On this crazy journey of life, just remember to always fill up with the love. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. I love you.